Previously on the Bush TV, we start our adventure at a little spot called Cheney's Bridge in the Victorian High Country. Our mission is steep tracks. Our destination is pristine river camping. In this episode of the Bush TV, we continue our four-wheel drive adventure into the high country to find a local hut to camp for the night. So strap in folks, we got some steep tracks, some river crossings before we kick back and relax around that hut and enjoy the Bush TV. This episode is proudly supported by the Sign Shop Australia, the Lacola Caravan Park, YV Sheds and Barns and Admiral Towing. Welcome to episode 2. We've just broken camp and checked out a little hut called Morning Glory Hut. Our mission for today is pretty easy. It's a couple of steep tracks to head down and camp at a beautiful little spot right there on Donnelly's Creek. Right here we're heading up a track called Green Hills Track. This track eventually heads back to Maguire's or the Springs Road. It's got a couple of names. This track heads to what's called Green Hills Link Track. That shortcuts all the way through to the Springs Road or Maguire's. The track gets a little bit overgrown and a little bit wet besides a couple of obstacles. It's actually pretty good. Once on the main gazetted road, our mission then is a track called White Star Track. This one can get a little bit steep and it heads down towards Donnelly's Creek. Alright folks, we're on the link track, so Green Hills Link Track now. It reminds me a little bit of the Son of a Bitch track with all those ferns. Looks pretty good. So, we've had a bit of rain, there's a bit of water around, as you can hear. But this track's cool, it'll save a bit of time rather than go up the Green Hills track, because this one cuts off a big corner. Just don't know what's around the corner though, so being a link track could be bog holey, who knows, so soon find out. It amazes me how much blackberries there are still around this area as well. I was just talking to Pete on the radio. If you shut this track for 12 months, I reckon this track would be inundated with blackberries. Real shame that, isn't it? Anyways, we're pushing on. Things are all good. The temperatures are at 83 to 86 degrees, laughing, so the job is done there. And look at this, there was a tree down here. Or yeah, a big limb had come off that. Looks like a blue gum, that thing. Have I picked up a hitchhiker? No, I haven't. Right. So we push on folks, and yeah, it's pushing just after 1 o'clock, quarter past. Got to get some time rolling now. Well, we push through the overgrown part of the link track, and it's a familiar sight when we come to the log dump and we hit the Springs Road. Not too far down the Springs Road is the track we're looking for. It's White Star Track. This one is pretty easy, but it gets proper steep near the end when it comes down to the Donnelly's Creek. And with a roof rack full of wood, we have to take it easy. So this is the White Star Track. It seems pretty easy at the moment. We checked out this other little track that went to the right. It was a dead end and goes down to a mine where there's meant to be a boiler and things in the side of the mountain. But the track down to that mine was super steep. So we couldn't go down, especially with a roof rack full of wood. It's just too risky. So, I mean, another day for that one out here. But we shouldn't be too far now. I reckon another 20 minutes down to camp. In saying that, it wasn't too long, and we're at the steep stuff on White Star Track. Some of the sections are first low, some are second low. Coming down to the bottom, you hit the Donnelly's Creek, so it's probably important you stopped for a little bit just to cool down the rotors. In this case, the brakes weren't too hot, and the creek was pretty low, so we stopped for a couple of minutes and then crossed, and before we know it, we were pulling into camp for the night. And with a cracking day of forward driving just out the way and turning up to a hut like this, it's time to set up the camp and sit back and relax and soak it in for the night. The fire is going good and proper, and it's not going to go out in a hurry. It's time now to set up the rest of the camp and then prepare for dinner. The weather is absolutely cracking, but there's a little bit of wind. Tonight the 270 comes out. It's just for something a little bit different. Also the ground. I'm not too fussed about it at the moment, as I have got a new stretcher bed and I find it quite good. This hasn't replaced the old traditional way. It's just a little bit of comfort, especially when the ground's a bit uneven. You can adjust your stretcher bed, and this swag, you can have your head at both ends. It's pretty handy. Well folks, it's getting a bit late now, starting to get chilly. We're at Goonan's hut. This one's off the Donnelly's Creek Road. There's quite a number of camp spots and huts along here. You got little O'Toole's, all sorts of different huts. Jurgensen's, I think there's one. Yep. There's a couple down there.
Lloyd's hut.
Yeah, you got Lloyd's, you got Store Point. What else we got down there? Morningstar? No, it's Morningstar Track.
No. Little O'Toole's, Jurgensen's,
Yep.
Goonan's.
There's another one above Jurgensen's.
Oh, Junction Hut.
Junction Hut, that's up that way.
Yeah.
Very, very popular area. So this one's Goonan's hut, right? Pete's cooking up a storm. We've got some Scotch fillets on the go.
Bratwurst sausages, potatoes in the fire.
Baked potatoes, bratwurst sausages with the goodies that goes inside the potatoes. So looking forward to that. Like I said, it's getting cold. I did a Starlapse video last night and it didn't work because the battery went flat and the camera just literally, it was a bit of a shame because I would have got about probably 8 hours worth of that, but it went down the tube. Tonight's got a little bit of overcast, so won't worry about any of that stuff. We're just going to kick back, relax, enjoy the bush TV right there. Pete's in the background cooking. Tell you what, he's a damn good bush cook. And yeah, do what we do best here, and then sit back and relax and enjoy that right there. I love it. And one of those responsibly.
We're drinking responsibly.
We always do. We've had a big day. We've got another couple of big days ahead. We've got tomorrow, we've got some steep stuff, so we don't go overboard. We don't make a mess of things, so let alone ourselves. So, but enjoy responsibly at the same time. Now the pub crawl trip that we did a couple of weeks ago with the members was an absolute smashing hit. It was proper good, right? I got a couple of big collabs coming up as well with a couple of people. They know who they are. I'm not going to say who it is on the camera right now. You guys just have to wait and see what happens there. Yeah, so it's all going well. So what can I say? Everything is going pretty good.
Oh, going superb. We've had a great day.
We've already got another members meet, or well, I have, in the mist while it's in the plan. And I've already got another members camp in the plan as well. So we'll have to stay tuned for that. That's a little while away, but we start to plan these things early. So yeah, we'd be smart about it and make it good, make it worthy, and make everyone have good memories. Again, folks, if you want to support me, all right, check out the membership. You don't have to be a VIP. You can be a general support member. But the biggest thing is, if you want to subscribe, it's free. It doesn't cost. And another one is to hit that thumbs up, guys. That shows me your appreciation for what I do. And I do really appreciate everybody who does that, and all you subscribers, sponsors, everyone. You guys are rocking. Members, you're making the Bush TV happen, all right? So that's coming from me, myself, right now. Thanks a lot, guys. I much appreciate every single one of you. Folks, you can see we're busy. Time to turn the camera off.
We're busy.
Kick back and relax.
We're busy.
Enjoy that Bush TV. And a bit of tucker and a couple of frothies. And there's our night. Well, folks, what more do I say? It's time to sit back right there, around that. And we will see you in the morning. Thanks for watching. After a nice crisp night around that Bush TV, the morning arrives. Once again, the day is absolutely cracking. Birds are singing, skies are blue, there's no wind. It's time now to get that billy on the go for those couple of coffees. And with temperatures down to about 2 degrees, the fire's still warm, so it's not much of an effort to get things going. Nothing beats those birds, the sound of that fire, and that river in the background while kicking back, waiting for that billy to boil. It wasn't too long and the billy was finally boiled, and it's time for that first coffee. Folks, check out Donnelly Creek. If you're in the area and you're down here at this hut, it's well worth the little walk down the track just to check this out. Well, after that, it's time for a bit of breakfast and then pack up camp to hit these tracks. Today's plan is a couple of steep ones, but we did miss out on a couple of tracks as we ran out of time. So, steep tracks, lunch at Aberfeldy, and then off to find another camp for the night. Yes, the old girl blows a puff of smoke on startup, but hey, with 500,000 Ks on the clock and the original engine, she's not doing too bad. Well folks, once again we've broken camp and left the place spick and span. Remember, when you come away to these types of areas folks, take home what you bring in. Leave the rubbish for the bin at home, don't leave it around the camp. As the old saying goes, do the right thing. Don't give them an excuse to close our tracks. Folks, we're coming up to Donnelly's Creek Road. This gazetted road can tell a tale or two. In fact, there's quite a number of people have lost their lives on this, and in this exact area. When you travel these types of gazetted roads, folks, take your time. There's no rush, and there is other vehicles coming the other way. It only takes one mistake in this type of area, and folks, it's all over. Again, I urge everybody on these types of roads just to take your time. Think of someone else coming around the corner. Always expect for someone else to be coming the other way. It's the times you don't expect it is when things happen. Alright folks, so back on Donnelly's Creek Road, I think it is. Call it track, call it what you want. And today we are hitting Jurgensen's track up to Toonbon, all the way up to Maguire's, and we're going to do Spuds Burr. From Spuds Burr we're going to come back down the Walhalla Road, and then we'll work out from there, hopefully that's lunchtime, where we're going to camp for the night. So Williamson Spur tracks off the other side there, so I'm pretty sure that's where we're going to head as well. I wanted to have a look at Trick Track, that's just track's closed, but if we can get down there to have a look at it, I might fly up the drone and have a bit of a gander at that track as well. So without driving it, obviously it's closed. Anyone knows what Trick Track is, it's got a reputation and it's got lots of switchbacks and things. Closed for a reason. So there's been some bad stuff happen on that track, so yeah, they've closed it off. So there's a couple good tracks today. I don't think everything's too far away. Everything in this whole area is pretty close. We've left camp a little bit late now. It's just gone 11:30, so we have just taken our time today. No rush. Another couple of hours, like I said, we'll have a bit of lunch. Got a sausage roll. Pete's got one in the oven or two in the oven for lunch. And we'll work out what we're going to do. So again guys, thanks for watching. Last night down in the hut there was beautiful. It's absolutely spot on. Beautiful night, wind dropped, it was good. Stars came out and had a good sleep to that river in the background. So yeah, really good night. So tonight, another one again, we'll be on the river again. So looking forward to it. As time pushed on, the plan did change, but in between then and now, we check out a couple of huts. The first one is Jorgensen's hut. The second hut we checked out on the way back. That one's called Junction Hut. That's just across on the other side of the Aberfeldy River. With time starting to push on, we have to change plan. Spuds Burr might not be the go, but hey, there's always another trip for that one. So there's a couple widow makers here, but I think, look, a bit iffy about them, but what do you do? I mean, they look pretty good. There's no big limbs. Geez, it's pretty dark in here, folks, as you can see.
Yeah. We built after the fires in 2015.
Yeah.
Did a good job, boys.
It's not a bad spot.
No, they did a good job, I reckon.
I reckon it's pretty good here. Go and have a little gander at Donnelly's Creek, this down here. Tell you what, I could sit here and have a couple of frothies in the shade. It's a beautiful temperature today. What do you reckon it is? 18?
Oh, 18.
18, yeah.
We're in t-shirts.
It's pretty good. So let's get out of here and we're going to hit Jurgensen's track up to Toonbon, Maguire's, Spudspur. Some of you might see in my last video when I did with the members, we did Maguire's up to Selma track. We're going to go past Selma track and keep going straight. So let's go. Let's hit the frog and toad, as they say, even though it's not a road. Alright, so we have just decided to change plan. Because it is pushing on, it's now midday. We left the camp a little bit late. We're going to do the Toonbon loop instead of Spudspur. So we're going to have a look at up Jurgensen still, all the way up Toonbon and back down. And we'll make a decision. We'll come back down to Junction Hut and make a decision to see what time it is before we push on. So another day, I'll do Spudspur another day. So yeah, we'll get there. Plenty more trips coming up, so that's another one on the bucket list. Alright, Jurgensen's track, folks. Start to climb up here to Toonbon. Yeah, see how the day plans out. First steep section of Jurgensen's. Looks pretty maintained, a little bit loose, but alright. Right, good second low. I'm going to give it a boot here. Get up over this bit. I have to push it here though in second low. We're going to bump it hardcore. No locker. Not as yet. So we're unlocked. Nice one. Nice little climb, that. Beautiful. As we carry on along Jurgensen's track, this episode is coming to an end. Folks, I've thrown in a little bit of track driving just so you can see what this track's like. I'll tell you one thing, it'd change game in the wet, but at the same time would be a lot of fun. This whole area is absolutely awesome. I really enjoyed it. Everything's sort of close together and it's pretty steep, so you have to be cautious and make sure you've got someone with you unless you know what you're doing, especially if the weather changes. Most of the tracks were pretty maintained, but still some negotiable sections. It's important to keep some forward momentum, especially coming up those steep sections with a couple of little steps. Folks, I'm glad everyone's enjoyed the content, and if you could do me a big favour and hit that little thumbs up, that shows me your appreciation. Also folks, it is free to subscribe to the Bush TV. It doesn't cost a cent. In doing that, it also shows me your appreciation. And folks, if you'd like to become a member, head to the channel and check out the join and make sure you check out the right perk that's for you. It all helps, it all goes in the tank to keep the content rolling. A big shout out goes out to all the sponsors, all the members and all the supporters who subscribe. Sit back folks and enjoy a little bit of a track drive, and then we'll finalise this video and we'll see you in the next one.